Okay, so welcome to another episode of Trade of the Week. As you can see on my screen here, we've got gold. Usually the start of the months are usually slower because we have NFP and various other factors, but obviously gold didn't get the memo. Okay, so usually, I always have my before and after print screens, but this was kind of more of an instinctive kind of buy. I had to go out, I came out the shower, I looked at my phone, I was like, you know what, this looks like a setup that I'll probably take because of the same things we look for all the time. So I put my buys in place and then put my stop loss, and I totally forgot about it. I went to a meeting. Um, Meeting finished. I saw people in my group talking about gold, and everyone's going crazy. And I was like, "What's going on?" I was like, "Oh yeah, wait a minute, I bought gold." I was like, "What's going on?" And then I looked at my phone, and I mean, I was smiling at it for about 2 minutes. Okay, so gold is a very good buy last week. Like I said, usually the starts of the month, so usually slower, but obviously gold didn't get a memo. Okay, so I didn't manage to print screen and do the setup and analysis and everything. It's more of an instinctive buy, and this was the result of it. Okay, so coming into what we're looking at now and what gold was doing. Okay, so yeah, this was the area we bought from. Okay, and then it went up to 2050. We expected to smash 2000, which it did. And then we knew the next target would be 2050. And if you can remember from my last video last week, I was saying I expect 2000 to be hit. And from there, maybe we might get 2300 is where I want it to go through various factors. But who knows? Because like I say, once the news get involved and the media get involved, then again, we observe the masses and do the opposite. And this is why we trade the way we trade, because if 96% of people are doing the same thing, then why would you follow it? Okay, so we're the trendsetters rather than the trend followers. Okay, so once the media get involved, it scares me. Okay, I want it to keep going up, but who knows? But right now, every indication is showing us that it wants to keep going up. So we'll see. But I was ready to see if we could get a retracement back into this area or maybe this area for a deeper retracement before we head back up. But just due to that being such a deep retracement with gold right now, I didn't see that quite happening. So I was ready for both, but I would have preferred this option actually happening. So how did it play out? Okay, I was in Blackpool this weekend. Just got back about an hour ago. Okay, so I wasn't trading too heavily on Friday because I was driving. Okay, so I had the buy limits in place. Okay, and then as you can see, it did come to that area. NFP, I knew this would potentially happen, and just due to the liquidity and imbalances all over the place. Okay, so I knew this was going to happen. So you can see down to the T, we come into our entry, we hit it, and then we head off. So the market should be open in about 20 minutes for gold. So we'll see how this plays out, but I'll be expecting 2100 to potentially hit. That's my next target anyway. But again, we'll see what happens, because once the media do get involved, I expect the opposite to happen. But I'll love for this to keep rising. Absolutely love it. We've been buying it for the last God knows how many months. So I'll be loving this if we keep stacking our orders and just entering more and more and profiting more. Okay, so this right here was very nice. Again, we caught the entry from more of the zone down here. So let me go into the other gold chart. Okay, so we caught the entry from here initially. Let me go into this one. Okay, so we caught the entry from here initially. Okay, it was on a 4-hour time frame. Yep. So this is the initial buy that we got. Okay, just down from the zone. Okay, and then boom, it just shot off. Okay, 2000 was the target, and this was when I was in our meeting. By 3 o'clock, I was done, and then boom, it was skyrocketing. Okay, so boom, this is the latest entry that we have caught. Okay, so you can see based on this. Okay, what time frame was you on? I think 1 hour. Was it 30 minutes or something like that? Yeah, here we go. Okay, so again, I was ready for a deeper retracement, maybe into that IPA area, but this is the one that hit. So when the market does open, I wonder if this holds up and keeps going for this week. I hope so, but again, like I said, I won't be surprised if we start to kind of range, maybe get a schematic going on, and then we start to see signs of weakness, and then we move for a schematic of the distribution. So we'll be looking at that. But that was for me. You guys know I trade gold predominantly. 90% is probably my portfolio of gold is what I trade, and then the rest is just bonuses if I could find good moves. Okay, so what was the other moves that we caught? Okay, so gold is very nice. Okay, you can see that was the result of this Friday. So we'll see how the market actually opens up this week and in about 20 minutes. The other one was GU. Again, another one. I was traveling on Friday, so I couldn't really look at my phone predominantly. So I just put buy limits in place and hope for the best. Okay, so this was the area I was looking at potentially. Okay, this is not even a proper print screen that I should have had of this. I just realized. Okay, I'm sure there was a better one of that. Let's go to here. Okay, so I had this and I was looking at this on a 2 hour time frame. Not sure exactly what happened to that print screen, but that wasn't a proper one. Okay, so as you can see, had this area marked out. I think, you know what I mean, this was the first print screen I had. So I obviously lost the other one, but I had this one first and I was like, wait a minute, we could potentially get a lower entry also. So I put this here and you can see you narrowly missed it. Narrowly missed it by, how many pips was this? Okay, from there, okay, we're looking at, it missed it by 4 pips before it rebounded, but we still managed to get to first entry anyway. So I put buy limits here and buy limits here. Okay, narrowly missed this one, but we're still in profit right now. I'm looking at my phone. It's nice. The market is open. We're good. Okay, so we'll see how this plays out for the week as well. Okay, so this is another nice, clean trade. I would have loved it if I got triggered in here as well, but we're still in profit either way. It's all good. But we'll see how this plays out over the week. But I think, again, last week, I think I showed you my GU charts and why I wanted to come into this area. But yeah, we'll see how that plays out. Maybe, yeah, we'll just see how that plays out when the market fully opens and everything's settled in. But this is my target area here, just targeting liquidity and obviously specific points of interest. So that was my idea behind this trade before we maybe get a pullback into the zone and then we rally up again into the next point of interest, which is all the way up here. So we'll see how that plays out. Okay, we'll see how that plays out for sure. Okay, and then another trade that, I mean, usually I don't want to trade this. I don't want to trade this pair, and usually it's not even my chart. I just put on my chart just predominantly for this video right here. Okay, so not even a chart that I usually trade. I don't like GBPCAD, but I print screen this a bit late as well. I entered and I was like, oh yeah, I didn't even take print screens of this. Okay, but I got in around here, so there wasn't a pinpoint accuracy, but this is where I would have got in anyway. Okay, so I got in around more of this area here, and then price started going up, and then I stacked it again. So this was the second stack. Okay, second stack of orders that I put in, and then what's price doing right now? So what time frame was that? I was just looking at that. That was on the 4 hour chart. Okay, so let's go 4 hour on GBPCAD. Okay, and you can see what it's doing right now. It's kind of floating around this area. Okay, but we stacked the orders here. So far in total, when I quit from here on a smaller time frame to where we are currently, it's down over 117 pips. I took some profit when it reached its highest peak over here. Okay, because it created some liquidity, so I took some profits and I still got some orders running. Okay, so right now I'm flowing about 117 pips in profit. And then, yeah, again, we just target what we usually target. So we see how that plays out. But again, a pair I don't usually trade, but I mean, it's paying right now. So yeah, those are the trades of the week. But as you guys know, I love gold. I love gold to death. And again, if I'm looking at my quarter points chart over here, then you can see where the next target is 2100. Then maybe we get 22, then 2250. So we'll see. 2300 is the ultimate. Okay, so let me switch back to this chart of my gold, and then you can see on the monthly we've got the whole accumulation phase going on here. So I'll be expecting this to keep going. Okay, accumulated perfectly since 2016, and then we just keep rising. So 2250 and 2300 are my target points through various factors. Okay, if you guys know trading and you see my screen right now, you probably know why. Okay, but 2250, 2300, those are my target points. But again, like I said, once the news is involved, that kind of messes things up for me a little bit. But I'm staying hopeful. Maybe the news are not going to ruin things this time. Okay, maybe they're not going to ruin things this time because there's so much fundamentals and everything around this that it should keep going. But we'll see. Okay, so anyway, that was trade of the week. I hope you have a great week, successful trading week for yourselves. Be profitable. And like I say, if you need any help, you always know where to find me. Check out the website below. And if you want to contact me, you've got Instagram and various factors through there also. So feel free to reach out if anything. But until next time, have a great week. God bless.